back with segment number 2 of the Cummins Real Estate Group show with Michele Cummins and myself, Curtis Pope. Now, I guess we still have some assessment to talk about here.
Assessment. Actually, it should be tax, right?
That's right.
So does a big increase in my home's assessed value mean a big hike in my property tax? Well, a common misconception is that a jump in your home's assessed value means you'll be dinged come tax time. But in reality, it depends on what the change in your home's assessed value is in relation to other homes in your property class and municipality. So taxes decrease if your properties, did you hear that? Decrease. It's true. Sometimes they do. In this case, not very often.
I'd like to see that happen just once.
I should try to find a comparable. Probably none for many years. But if your property's assessment change is lower than the average change for your property class, your property taxes will actually likely decrease. Likely is very light.
A likely story, Michele, is what I'm saying.
That's what they say. Taxes remain the same if your property's assessment change is similar than the average change for the property class that your property's in, and your property taxes will likely remain the same. And then taxes increase. Well, if your property's assessment change is higher than the average change for your property class, your property taxes will likely increase. Your property class and the average assessment value change for your property class are both listed on your assessment notice. Of course, there are other factors at play as well, and it will depend on the property tax situation in your specific municipality, but as a guideline, there's no need to panic right off the bat if you see your home's assessment value increase. I did have a few phone calls last week where clients and the general public were very, very concerned about that. So let's now chat about how much the BC assessment values came up overall from the year prior. So we're talking from 2020, July 1st, to 2021, July 1st, the current assessed values we all have. So in Surrey, it went up 34% for detached properties. For their strata properties, that's including all townhouses and condos, we're calling strata, it went up 18%. Now in White Rock, a detached went up 27%. But in actual fact, the market value in White Rock went up 29.4%. Strata for BC assessment in White Rock went up 17%. But in actual fact, the market value year over year had gone up 29.6%. In Delta, BC assessment went up 33%. But in actual fact, that's detached. But in actual fact, detached in Delta went up year over year, as of last month's stats anyways, 48%. Strata in Delta went up BC assessment 13%, but in actual market value went up 38%. And the township of Langley BC assessment detached homes went up 34%, and for strata in the township of Langley went up 24% for BC assessment. City of Langley, BC assessment went up 39% for detached homes and up 20% for strata. City of Abbotsford went up 38% for detached homes, but in actual market value, Abbotsford detached went up 48.4%. And strata for BC assessment went up 21% in Abbotsford, but actual market value went up 37.8%. So you can see the rhythm that the market values overall for last year went up a lot more than the actual BC assessment. In Chilliwack, the BC assessment for detached homes went up 40%. In Mission, detached BC assessment went up 36%, but actual detached homes market value went up 51.2% in Mission. And for District of Kent, the BC assessment for detached homes went up 35%. And in Hope, detached homes BC assessment went up 45%. And Harrison Hot Springs went up 35%. So in everything, though, I have noted that you'd be surprised. Hope. Can you believe, Curtis, that a BC assessment in Hope went up 45%?
Yeah, no, I can believe that because, there's a lot of nice houses that have been built around Hope in the last few years. It's an area that's kind of growing in a strange way because I guess, it's not that far to drive to Abbotsford or Chilliwack to work, and you can have a bit of a quieter life. So once you're beyond hope, you're beyond hope. But around hope, you're in a good place.
Yeah, the mountains, and they've really built up. Richard was surprised. I'm all, oh my gosh, they have a Save on Foods, they have a Starbucks, they've got so much, because he's all, oh, what does Hope have? It's actually built up quite a bit in the mountains and the river and the lake, and it's a nice community. And you're right about the newer construction in new neighborhoods. I just sold one this last year, beautiful, beautiful rancher with a walkout basement, gorgeous, right by the trails, and yeah, so it's quite a nice place. So I wanted to chat about this horrible, horrible thing that we're all very upset about, that the government is wanting to implement, and it's called another tax, home equity tax. Have you heard of it?
I have heard. Whenever I hear the word tax, it just, grates on my final nerve.
Absolutely. Oh. So they're trying to slow down prices, but if you want to lower prices on a product, you make more of that product.
Yeah, you need inventory to get prices lower.
Exactly. You don't add more cost. You give more product, make more inventory. It doesn't work out. The property purchase tax. They tried that. They implemented that. I think it was in the 80s for the same reason, to try to slow down pricing back then and lower prices back. They never got rid of it, and they haven't even they're just adding tax, adding cost, and that's never worked. It's never proven to work.
Well, remember, once they add a tax, it never goes away. I mean, income tax was only added to help fund the First World War. Here we are 100 years later, we still have income tax.
Exactly, and it's just making a stand, being a voice, and doing everything we can to make sure it doesn't get implemented. Vancouver property, back when they implemented the property transfer tax, was worth $150,000. That tax didn't work. Look how prices have gone up. So it's just another money grab from the government. And it's just an excuse to make more money for them. It's not right. It's not a good idea. It's not going to lower prices. We need to get rid of the red tape on builders, to get rid of the red tape against development, and we need more housing built. And we actually have plenty of land to do that if we do it smartly. And that is the answer. So from the speculation tax and vacancy tax to the foreign buyers tax and all the other taxes, BC's current measures designed to improve housing affordability haven't managed to slow a market that's often considered a cash cow. Now, West Coast think tank argues a surtax on equity may be part of the solution. Now, it just can't happen. So there is a lot of people talking about this. So if people want more information, a lot of the real estate industry, of course, there's a lot of different sectors who have a lot of advice about this, the economists and everyone else. So I would, if you have a say, please have a say.